We're going to be talking about the lesson planning project. You want to go to our course in Blackboard and select syllabus and course documents, and you'll see this screen. Go to the lesson planning project, and I'm going to click on the hyperlinked document title, and that's going to take me to the document. What's listed on that initial screen when you go into syllabus and course documents is just an overview. It is not all of the expectations. So you're going to see the three parts that are part of our project. And so all the due dates for each of these are in your course schedule. So I don't repeat it. If something happens, I have it in one place. All due dates are on the course schedule. I want to stress that this project is going to be your work. And so you're going to be looking at different things all along, but it's going to be your work. You'll probably pick a lesson on the internet that is where students are practicing something, for example, long division. But you're going to turn it around and say, okay, it's about long division. How can I go and make this so that they learn it for the first time? So what do they already need to know? They need to know how to multiply, maybe single digit by double digit, or double digit by a single digit. They need to know addition and subtraction. They need to have ideas of place value. So what are you going to do then in order to start creating that? And the document, the final document, everything is yours. Nothing that you find online. It's all your work. And it's all about students learning content for the very first time through discovery and investigation. Differentiation is built into that, because when you're thinking about students learning something for the very first time, it's all about them coming and saying, okay, I know this, and this is where this student is. And if you can take their knowledge and lead through. So a rich task that you're going to be doing for this project will have many approaches by students, and you've got to be open-minded that you don't want them to do you, because not everybody is you. You don't think like I do, I don't think like you do. And we, too many times in mathematics, require our students to think like us. And we got to open our minds to different things. You're going to just see discussions repeated here. I do that because I want to stress that these discussions is what's building and giving you all of the background information and helping you to develop your project. So for the first one, we're going to be looking at the strands in the 2016 Virginia Standards of Learning. If you don't know how to work with that, then go to a document under syllabus and course documents, go down to additional information, and there is a document there about how to work with and what to do and where to find the 2016 Standards of Learning. You're going to see strands, and down below are the strands. You can see A through G are strands. You're going to select a strand, and I want you to start investigating kindergarten through 6th grade. Everything, it's called a vertical alignment, a vertical progression, vertical coherence of knowledge. And you're going to say, 1st grade, this is what they do. 2nd grade, this is what they do. And you're going to tell me under number sense, what is students learning in 1st grade? What are they learning in number sense in 2nd grade and 3rd grade, all the way up? So that's part of that. At the same time, you're going to be thinking of all these different things, and I'll let you read it, and we'll talk about it later. The second discussion is going to the internet to find a lesson, and then talking about some things that we've learned in class. Again, stressing that your lesson is going to be student-centered, inquiry-based. You're going to use technology, literature, or manipulative to aid student learning. And all of this is we're going to be talking about in class, but again, it is student learning for the first time. Discussion 3 is actually, now I've got all this past knowledge, I've got to create the task. So you're going to create that and include those. And there's a guide there. Again, that guide is something that we'll be talking about in class, as well as what is the purpose, which is listed up above. You will then, on the 4th discussion, is a critique. Now, it's not a discussion grade. It is part of the project. So you can see it's a little bit different points, but it's a part of that 40% of the project grade. And these are the things that you're going to turn in for your critique. So make sure they are done well and that you have completed everything. You had been working on the guide above. All of these things you're going to be getting comments from in discussions from myself and from your peers. So you're going to use all that information to submit this critique when you do your project. Then comes the project. 2 parts, because I don't include the critique. It is part of it, but the final project itself, you're going to turn in the lesson plan, the student task, and the answer key, which I state here, discussions 1 through 3 and critique. And you're going to write a paper about reflecting on your task. It's a little bit of information. Task is 1 page in length. And that's the student handout. That is what it should be ready to hand out to the students. It should be student-centered, inquiry-based, include the items of different types of approaches, appropriate. Little people like pictures, and every student likes a very eye-pleasing document. So think about that. If you develop and you use ideas from online, it should be, you're going to have to cite it. I've been able to I'll pull up things, and if I look at it, and I can Google, and I can do all these different, been around a long time. Please don't copy something that's already used. And because I will know it. So be sure it is your work. If you use something from somebody, there is a part on the lesson plan, it says research. You should acknowledge it, but it should be so significantly modified that it is not the same ideas. So there's 2 different rubrics here. Here's the rubric of the lesson plan and everything that I'm going to grade on the lesson plan itself. And then you see the handout, what I should be looking at on the handout, what I'm going to be looking at on the answer key that you're going to submit, and then all of these ideas on the reflective paper. Now you need to write the reflective paper using APA. So be sure in education we use APA throughout. The titles down the side, you're going to introduce the task that you're going to be talking about. But some of these titles going down this left-hand column down to task richness could be headings or subheadings in your paper. So if you have questions, let me know. But it is to be a APA paper. I also want to encourage you to use subheadings in your paper, because I don't guess. I'm not going to guess that this certain section of your paper is all about the task approaches, or all about the talking points that we're going to cover in class. And so how does those talking points, how are they seen in your paper, in your task, in your lesson? So I'm not going to perceive, and I'm not going to guess. You just don't get the points. By using subheadings, and I would even encourage you to use these subheadings, and then you know that you've addressed each and every one of them. So make sure you use those subheadings. If you have questions, let me know.